Hey everyone, in this video we're going to show you everything you need to upgrade a 12 volt soft wash pump to the new Super Pump Sweet 16 from Southeast Softwash. This is going to cover the electronics, the plumbing, and the costs associated. First thing you can see here, this is the existing Remco 7 gallon a minute 12 volt soft wash pump, very common. It's what I'd say most people have. Size is the first thing you're going to see. This new Super Pump is twice the size of the 7 gallon a minute pump, twice the weight. And we're going to get into costs at the end. I think some people are going to be surprised when you see what this upgrade is going to cost you. We're going to start with the electronics over here. This is a 24 volt pump, so if you're switching from a 12 volt, you will need a 24 volt battery. You can use two 12 volt batteries and wire them in series. It will work. However, there are some amperage draw differences when you use series as opposed to a 24 volt battery. I'm not going to get into those, mostly because I don't know them. You'd have to look it up and do some more research. This is an Epoch lithium battery. This is about $1,000. The upgrade it costs for this battery and the battery tender with it is probably another $150. There's a 50 amp circuit breaker and a switch, and the upgraded, I think that's 10 gauge wiring that's with it, probably another $100 for that. This 12 volt battery that's in here that you see is currently powering our hose reels, our pressure washer, and the blend manifold, which is why it's still hooked up, but it has nothing to do with that soft wash side. We'll bring you up here to the pump. The one I showed you on the table over there is the non-speed control version. This pump is the speed control version. It is facing backwards. I mounted like that for myself so I could access the speed control knob, and the plumbing would be facing where my tanks are and my hose reel and everything. You can mount it wherever you want it. It does take up twice as much space as that usual 12 volt. It is pretty large. There's 4 mounting holes in it. Put some stainless steel hardware through, mount that pump down. Go over the plumbing here. There's quick connects on it. First thing you're going to notice, everything with this pump is 1 inch. So the blue lines that you see here, you're going to need to get, it's 1 inch from the water tank to the blend manifold and 1 inch from the chem tank to the blend manifold. It's also 1/2 inch from the surfactant tank to the blend manifold. Double everything that you're used to with a 12 volt. Over there, you'll see the manifold. We'll get to that in the hose reel. Coming out of the bottom of that manifold, that other blue line runs to the pump. All these fittings come with it. It's a 1 inch split to 2 3/4 on the feed side. It's 3/4 all the way out the outlet side. Now we'll go over and show you the hose reel. The manifold. That is an 18-inch real big deal. This is 200 feet of 3/4 inner diameter chem hose with a red gun. That's what you need. This pump requires 3/4 the whole way. If you're coming from a 12-inch reel, which most people have, it will work. It's not recommended, mostly due to the internals on those reels are 1/2 inch. The internals on this reel are 3/4. So even the swivel inside is 3/4. There's nothing restricting that pump's flow. That's why they recommend you use this. Also, this 18-inch reel allows you to use a full 200 feet of this 3/4 hose. This is pretty substantial stuff. Once you start pulling it, you'll realize if you had a 12-inch reel, I don't think you'd get 120 feet, 130 if you packed it on there. So you're going to lose some there. The manifold is another one. That is the Smart Blend Pro, the fully remote control version, where your surfactant valve and your bleach valve are remote operated. Remote controls in the truck. I didn't bring that out. Going over some costs, that blend manifold is $2,500. The hose reel with the hose and the gun is $1,000. That speed control pump was $2,500. The non-speed control I've seen everywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, depending on which deal is running. These prices do tend to change over. The battery, I said, with the tender and electronics, you're probably looking at $1,200 to $1,300 for all of that. All in for everything we have here, it's a roughly $7,000 upgrade to whatever system you currently have. It does take up quite a bit of room. Like I said, you're going to have to change the pump, obviously, from your current 12 volt. You're going to have to upgrade your manifold. You're going to have to upgrade your hose and hose reel, upgrade all of your plumbing. So you're going to have to make some space, whether you've got a skid, a trailer, a van, whatever you're using. A lot of space, and it's about $7,000. I'm going to put some links in the description to their site, to Southeast Softwash, so you can look at all their prices. They do change them. There's deals running, I know, back and forth. Sometimes you can get a deal on some of this stuff. The issue is with this, you kind of have to have all of it. You can't buy just the pump and plug it into your current 12 volt. It's not going to work. You can try getting away. You can go cheaper on the batteries and do the 212 volts. You can get a non-electronic manifold. You can go the standard manual version. It's probably $900 as opposed to $2,500. You can do some savings there. You can try to go with a cheaper reel. I don't know if it'll work with the internals. You'd have to do some more research. I'm just telling you what we've got here. So stay tuned, subscribe. We've got some more content coming where we put these things to the test. We'll run the speed control version and the non-speed control, show you how to change them in the field, run them up against some other pumps we've got so you can see the performance. That's it. Thanks for tuning in.